Hi guys. I haven't done a video in a while, but I'm going through some personal things right now, so I feel like reaching out to other people is probably the best way to get through that. I wanted to talk a little bit about Scorpio season, and what it actually means, and maybe you guys are feeling the same things that I am. So it is the start of eclipse season. And then what I wrote down some information just because my brain doesn't have the capacity to hold all these things right now. But it is, so eclipses are like cosmic portals, and they mix with the past, with the present, and the future. So like you're going to be going through deep emotional like traumas from the past that you haven't been dealing with. So what the cosmos do is release all the change that has been building up over the past year. So like the entire year of 2021, we have been building up this momentum of things, right? And now it's going to be releasing all of these changes. And if you have been avoiding the changes that you know that you should have made previous to Scorpio season, then it's going to all be coming in at one time. So personally, that has changed everything in my life, actually, because I was not listening to my intuition fully. Sometimes you just don't, out of fear, mostly. And I'm making these changes in my life now, A, Scorpio season, B, because I can't not listen anymore. And people don't like it. People don't like it, but it's not for them to like. And I really don't, like, I care about the person, but I don't care about the opinion of the person when it has to do with my life and my personal things that are going on. Nobody on this planet knows who I am fully. I don't even know who I am fully. So it's important that we recognize that when people are projecting things onto you, it is their insecurity and their own shit going on. Like, I'm just trying to be happy and at peace with my soul. And if that offends anybody, I'm so sorry, but maybe you should look for your own. Like, go look for yours instead of coming at mine. Okay? Let's see. So we're working on our personal flexibility because of these huge sudden changes that will come into your life. And it's like throughout the whole month of November that you'll be experiencing these changes. And they will come quickly, so make sure that you are open to receiving new things into your life and changes into your life. They are usually for the better of your soul and your body, and maybe physically with work and, home life and relationships. All of it could change. So just be open to those changes. We do a huge, because Scorpio is a fixed water sign, it is like diving the most deep into your emotions that you've ever gone. Okay, so when this season rolls around, things are coming to a close for the winter when everything, dies, and then in the spring when things come back to life, right? So we're getting ready to close all these old chapters of our past that we haven't healed yet. And mine, on a personal level, I've been dealing with a lot of emotional manipulation. Okay, so I'm now seeing where other people have placed their manipulative ways onto me, and it has affected me emotionally. I mean, down to, I just figured this out, and I'm 29 years old, you guys. I'm going to be 30, and I'm just now seeing what emotional manipulation feels like and how long I've been going through it. And that's not even the healing part. So that's just the recognition of who's done it to you in the past, right? But it's the healing. The healing comes from me noticing where I emotionally manipulated other people. And, oh my goodness, you guys, this is emotional for real. I didn't know that I was doing it. It wasn't conscious. It was it's something habitual and cyclical that just came about from being emotionally manipulated. And I mean, this has been many years of my life that I didn't even realize, not just in relationships, but in friendships, in family like dynamics. And all of the families that I've been a part of, you guys, this is just insane. Like you learn these traits and habits, and then you just go about your life doing them all the time. Like, what is that? You're not even conscious of the things that you're doing, and that is unfortunate. Because you get to a certain point in your life, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, what the fuck happened? I just don't want to be that person anymore. And now that I get to acknowledge the fact that that's what I was doing, I can move forward. And this is my healing right now, sharing this with you guys, because I know that I've made mistakes. I know that I've, that's the dark side. I'm sorry, but sometimes the dark, you got to have the dark and the light. So just as light as you can be, it gets that dark too. It just does. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to invite that energy into my space from anyone else either. So now we take all of what we know, the lesson, we forgive ourselves, and then we move forward. The only reason that those things can happen to you is because you're at the same vibration of that thing. Somewhere inside of you, when the bad things come, that vibration is what you're putting out to the earth, to the universe, to everything. And I mean, the law is, whatever you put out comes back. It's important to know that you're listening to your intuition. When you get anxiety and when you're like overwhelmed with this freaking knot in your stomach and you can't breathe about it and you can't sleep and you can't eat, or you eat too much or something, there is something else going on within you that you need to address. And that is what is leading me to speak to you about these things, because they're not noticeable all the time. But when your body is showing you signs of what is going on and you're ignoring them, thinking it's just health issues, we put a blanket on health issues for sure, because we're not actually conscious of what our body is doing, of our vibration, of, we're not listening. It hits your body or your energy field before it hits your physical body. And I know people around me lately have been noticing more and more of, noticing that they've been feeling these things, but not really understanding what they are. So it's important for me to be able to speak up and speak about the knowledge that I do have to the collective that watches my videos. Your voice is so empowering and informative because it's yours. Another thing that's kind of funny, actually it relates, but another thing, Scorpio, during Scorpio season, you are finding comfort in the darker parts of yourself. So you understand that it's the key to a fulfilling transformation. You get to be present in the dark without it hurting so bad. You understand that in order for there to be light, there also has to be dark. If there's no darkness, how do we even know what light is, right? So the balance is so imperative. Everyone thinks the spiritual journey is about this love and light, and it is. Don't get me wrong, that's what we're supposed to be spreading out, but we're also supposed to be spreading out the darkness, relating to one another, not using the darkness for personal gain, but understanding what your darkness is, and then taking that darkness, and transmuting it into something positive. Man, I'm going through this thing right now with my daughter's father, okay? And I've known this person for 5 years. And when I say emotional manipulation, this is to its finest, my friends. To its finest. And I didn't even realize, this is narcissism to the max. And this weekend I was supposed to pick her up, and he did not show up. He told me not to come. He told me she had a doctor's appointment. And I'm finding my power. So I drove to Wisconsin. Waited to see if he would actually take her to the appointment. I asked where he was taking her. He never answered. So I waited down the block from his house to see if he would come or he would take her. He did not. So I called the police. Told them the story, showed him my custody paperwork that we literally just got done doing a month ago. And everything in this custody paperwork is what he wanted. Okay? Mind you. So he is already breaking what he wanted because he's upset with my new relationship. So he's emotionally manipulating me and my daughter because he has this obsessive behavior toward me. That shit's fucked up, you guys. And, oh, hold on. Not to mention, I call the police and there's nothing they can do. So, I have all this paperwork, got all these lawyers, did all this stuff just for them to not be able to do anything. So I made the best of it and I enjoyed my time over in Wisconsin and I went to the beach on that side and I did all the things to make it much lighter because I felt like I did exactly what I should have done. I am able to go to my daughter's doctor's appointments. I am able to go to her school. I am able to do all these things. But the person on the other end does not allow me to be in her life in the ways that I would like to be. And that is just fucking wrong. That is emotional manipulation. And I'm over it, dude. I'm fucking over it. I've noticed it in my friends lately, especially because of the changes, and that's why I was going to delete my Facebook. I've noticed it in family members. Everyone seems to want to attack at the exact same time. And it feels like I'm under a psychic attack all the time lately. Like people just have all these negative thoughts and then they come radiating to you. I mean, when someone thinks about you, right, whether it's positive or negative, they're like telepathically communicating with you. So the past couple weeks, all I've been feeling and getting inside is negativity and doubt and fear. And yes, there are those glimpses where I don't give a shit and I just do what makes me happy, like sitting at the beach right now doing this video because I need to get this out. Like I need a positive way to push the negativity away from me. And you know what that is? Informing everybody else what the fuck's going on. It is what it is, man. This might help somebody else. If you're feeling emotionally manipulated, girl, get at me. Boy, get at me. Because I'm at a point where that shit just does not fly with me anymore. And I will put you in a place of power so quick. It's easier to do for somebody else than it is to do for yourself. So please, please come to me. I'm like a master. It's sad to say that, you know, you're a master of emotional manipulation. Well, you know, seeing it, reprogramming it. Good God. So many big changes are yet to come. I know it. I feel it. All the power that people took from me before, you gonna wish you hadn't. You're just gonna wish you hadn't. Karma is a bitch. And love is her sister. I feel empowered, but I feel a little nervous. And I'm mixing up nervousness with excitement. Like anxiety with excitement. I don't know. Sometimes I have to really sit with myself and think about where it's coming from. Like, is this excitement? Because I'm not sure. Is this anxiety? Because I'm not sure. But I can tell you, hint, if it comes from your heart space, it's from fear. And if it comes from your gut or your solar plexus area, that is your intuition. So when you're feeling anxious and you're fucking feeling scared or something, make sure if it's butterflies, it's excitement. And if it's from your heart and it feels like it's about to pop out of your chest, that's fear. I want to turn this camera so you guys can see the beach. So beautiful. It's one of my favorite places to be, my friends. Water signs. Well, I've enjoyed talking to you. If you guys are having these same issues, I want to know. I want to know what, if it's not even the same issues, I want to know. Like, if you need help through something, fucking text me, call me. I'm doing, my own healing and living my life. But I'm here to help. That's what I'm put on this earth for. I have transmuted a shit ton of darkness. Learned the lessons. Lots of them, not all of them. But once you learn the lesson, you could never go back. Once you know the conscious side of what you're doing, you can't go back. You just can't. It's not even like in the cards. Which is somewhat annoying. Because there's times when I could just, go back and be comfortable. Oh, man. Growth is not comfortable, my friends. But you got to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. I hope you guys have a lovely day. And get outside. Fuck, it's like 60 degrees outside today. Get out there. I'm about to go put my feet in the sand for a while. Even though it's freezing. I need to be grounded today. Of all days. But I love you all. Hold tight. Steadfast and strong. It'll get better. It'll get easier. The changes are for the better. Remember that. Rejection is protection. All right. I'll talk to you later, friends.